everybody, welcome to my channel where I do weekly pick a card readings that challenge you to explore all things growth. And this is our new moon in Aries pick a card reading. We have 3 separate piles here. All you have to do is take a deep mindful breath in and meditate on the separate piles. Make sure your lungs fill completely and pick whichever pile or piles you are drawn to. I will be uploading this live to my YouTube channel so you can watch the playback, but we have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Again, this is a new moon in Aries reading, so I'm using all moon decks. Take a deep, mindful breath in and meditate on the separate piles. And when you're ready, let's grow. Alright, we're starting with pile number 1, the Amethyst sphere. Go ahead and tap that screen if you're here for pile number 1. We're going to start with your tarot. Pile 1, the Hermit. Seven of Cups, Three of Cups, Three of Swords. All right, so pile 1. A lot of us are in a third-party situation when it comes to our love life. We don't realize it. Ourself and our partner has multiple options. And if you are in a relationship currently right now, your partner is looking out for their options as well as you need to be looking out for your options as well. But I see some heartache coming through if you're not going through it already. And your partner certainly has it tight because this person is like you, or yeah, they're similar to you. So we have the Hermit on deck. That means we have to get used to some loneliness, or we're just going to keep manifesting this heartache. We see some red flags happening and we ignore them. We see these opportunities that we have and we ignore them because we're trying to hold on to this thing, but it's just going to continue to give us grief and heartache in the future, pile 1. We need to go within. Some reflection needs to be had. You have to get over the fear of rejection and being left and things changing. That loneliness is a deep fear for the pile 1s. That heartache because things are getting stagnant. The cycles are becoming repetitive. And there isn't a lot of trust and communication. So after this breakup, because I see the breakup happening, the Three of Swords is speaking loudly. The Hermit is speaking quite loud. That means grief, heartache. That means going within, disconnecting, being alone and being okay with being alone. Going on a different journey. Getting some different world views, exploring our own options instead of holding on to this option that just keeps giving us heartache. Pile 1 is walking away from things. very, very soon. Getting tired of the grief. I spread joy so that when we're out and we're exploring these options, we're looking at it from a place of joy and trust. We're not carrying the baggage from this grief into these new options and opportunities. You're going to go in them with a little bit more trust, a little bit more open-hearted. There's a heart chakra blockage going on here in this pile. But when we're walking on this new path here, we have to make sure we're not leaving like a stank-ass trail behind us because of this grief. We can't blame. We have to heal from this. So that when we're on this journey and we're connecting with others, we're spreading joy and not being defensive and just stink. Pile one. Watch out. Release control. So I said before, you're holding on to stuff. And that's where all that grief is coming from, is because you're trying to make something happen that's just not going to happen, pile one. You're trying to force something to change that's not going to change. And it's just going to keep fucking with you. You need to trust this new path and this new process. Because whatever it is that you're trying to make happen with this right here, it's not it. It ain't it, pile one. Empowerment. This current situation that you're in, is it empowering you? Or are you just afraid to let it go? Because this new path, this opening up, and this relinquishing control is what's going to empower you here. Connecting with others, not being afraid to ask for help. Pile one needs a community in order to get that stability. Some of you guys are holding on because you feel like you have that stability, but it's not enough. And some of you guys feel bad that it's not enough, but that's okay. You can want more for your life. You have to go explore these options that are in front of you. You have to be more open to these options too, because your trust is totally shot down because of beauty. The confidence is low. We need to find some balance here. I said heart chakra blockage, and we got some more green coming on the table. So we're ignoring our own health and our own change and our own transformation, trying to hold on to this relationship or whatever the fuck this is. It's annoying the fuck out of me. You need to free yourself from this. That beauty comes from within, that loves come from within. There's no balance here. This new path, this new community, this new attitude that you're going to be spreading, releasing control of this thing that you think is going to change that's never going to fucking change. Look at those butterflies. That's change, that's growth, that's transformation. But that too doesn't mean two people. That means self-reflection. That means by your damn self. And so does the Hermit. Isis, rebirth, change, 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 gon' come. And the Isis crown here matches this over here. So you need if you don't release control of the shit that you're trying to change, that's never gonna it's never gonna be the thing that you want it to be, power. Then spirit's gonna come through and just start shaking fucking shit up. a whole new spiritual awakening, a whole new tower moment. Because you're fighting the change and you just have to let the change happen. Fear the change. I meet resistance with kindness. That heart chakra blockage, that resistance, that trying to control everything. That not asking for help when we need help. That not even realizing these opportunities, these many, many opportunities that you have, because we're so afraid of the change. We're so blocked by a lack of trust, we can't even open up the way that we need to. Because it's that's going to empower us here. That's going to make us feel beautiful from the inside, not this shit that we're fucking holding on to. Not this. We can't. The change is going to be inevitable, Pile 1. It's inevitable. So you can keep on trying to fight it and keep having your heart broken, or you can stop resisting the change that's going to come. All right, Pile 1. That's it for you. Please tap that screen if you're still with me. That was Pile 1. I will be posting this later on my YouTube channel, so make sure you're following me. This is Pile number 2. Tap that screen if you're here for Pile number 2. Alright, Pile number 2, this is your new moon in Aries reading. If you're drawn to more than one pile, that's your business. You can be drawn to more than one pile. Pile 2, we're going to start with your tarot. We're going to get right into it. 9 of Swords. Some of y'all have like a psychic ability. Some of you guys are mistaking some of your gifts for like a mental illness or something. It's like you don't want to share it with everyone because you don't, like the last pile, there's a lack of trust there. Five of Pentacles. So a lot of us are on the right path with our spirituality here, but you're still hoarding a lot of shit and you're still holding on to the past. You get going and you get going, and then something from the past will trigger you, and then you'll have those down moments. We have to start, these down times, we have to start lessening the time that we're in these down moments. And then get back on the path, because the vision is there, the vision is there. So we're constantly holding the vision. It's just sometimes things bump us off track. But we can't stay in that victim mode for too long, Pile 2. And it's your unwillingness to share the things that put you in this space is why you can't really get the help that you need. Even if it's just connecting with your higher self and your spirit guides or just the people around you. Because not everybody's up to get you. Eight of Pentacles. Work, 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 work. And there goes that path again. You right on it. Blessings and abundance. But we have to start being more outwardly with our desires. And stop spreading ourselves thin. Pile 2. A little bit more on the self-care. Not feeling guilty when you take breaks. Because this pile needs a break. But again, that abilities, those gifts, you have the gifts of visualization. So whatever you think about, if you can hold that vision, you're steady on that path to growth, to financial success, that shadow work. If you can continue to visualize, you'll stay on the right track. No matter what gets you feeling down, just know that you're still there. You're destined to have these blessings here. Ace of Pentacles. Patience, patience, patience. That slow moving ass energy is what bumps us, which makes us feel a little insecure. Is because we can manifest, but shit comes fucking slow. And it's always on this fucking path that makes us doubt. The path gets confusing a lot. That path is confusing as fuck. But just stop. Reflect, connect, ask, because your guides are there. They'll help you. They'll reconnect you with this vision and this focus and let you know that you are on the right path. It's tough. Your path is fucking tough. It's not easy, and it's going to continue to get tougher, unfortunately, because this Ace of Pentacles means the beginning of some shit. But this Eight of Pentacles means that this seed that you're planting today is going to blossom into the shit that you want it to be. But you gotta do the work, unfortunately, and you have to hold the vision when you're feeling shitty. You have to stop mistaking these gifts for something that they're not. Just accept them. There needs to be some acceptance here. Even acceptance of help with those as well. I embrace the all. I embrace the all. So when we're struggling on this path, you have to embrace the downs as well. Because they're teaching you something. And I know you hate hearing, oh, it's making you stronger, but it is. There's absolutely a reason why we're going through this shitty ass path that seems to make us stumble all the way and doubt ourselves, second guess every fucking thing. But instead of doing that, we have to embrace. Stop and ask, what are we learning from this fucking shitty path right here? Because it'll help us. Clear your mind. Crown chakra blockage, pile 2. That's overthinking. That's a disconnect with the divine. Like, I wish there were more butterflies and birds and shit like that in here, because that would let me know that there is a deep, deep connection here. But I'm just seeing somebody that kind of just puts their head down and go, go, go. You need to connect with your sources, your spiritual team. More often, more frequently. Not only when you're in this space, but when you know you're on the right path and you can see that light at the end of the tunnel, you need to be connecting with them there too. Because they're a part of these blessings. They're the ones shining all this light down onto your fucking path. And I keep saying victim mode, but it's the only word that keeps popping up in my head. We can't connect with our spirit team only when we're feeling down. When those blessings start coming in, we have to start recognizing those and being grateful for those. Because then that's when it starts pouring in. Not here, but here. Some of you guys need to connect with nature and ground yourself. Like barefoot in the sand, something. But there's a disconnect from nature and like a healthy lifestyle as well. There could be some, overconsumption, something going on. But most of the doubt that you have is just all in your headspace. It's all in your headspace. It's not true. Those limiting beliefs, none of them are true. Passion. Time to pull ourselves out of this stagnancy. Pile 2. So some of you guys aren't seeing something for what it truly is. You're seeing it as a down when it's really an up. Some of you guys need to take stock of the things in your life. Start being grateful for them, and then they will start paying off for you. And you won't have to work this hard. You're working too hard to manifest. So to reignite this passion, there needs to be a deeper connection. We're sitting, connecting, grounding, connecting with the earth. That's where you get a lot of your powers for your gifts here, is this connection with the moon and this connection with the earth here. You need to be doing that more frequently. And then your path, will be less confusing, will be less like this and more like this, just straightforward. And you collecting your ducats along the way. All of the blessings. Some of us don't know an opportunity when we see one. We have to start opening our eyes to them. Void. There's a depression going on here, and we need to start being serious about it. Some of us are on the verge. Some of us are going through a spiritual awakening. Some of us are just doing that shadow work, and it's opening our eyes to the shitty shit that we've been doing. Because that's all that is you holding a mirror up to yourself and being like, well, goddamn, I'm the one that's making this path hard for me. Devotion. And that's a 6 on the table. That's your spirit team right there. They're devoted. They're waiting for you to stop and ask for help. They want to reignite this passion into you. But you need some clarity. You need some help. You can't always be picking yourself up. Sometimes you don't have the strength to. That spiritual team will help you. Sit your behind in some grass or something, the sand, the beach, I don't care. Just outside, fresh air, the earth, connection, bare skin on skin connection. It'll revitalize you. And if you're sitting in silence, it'll give you clarity so that this path can turn into this path. Instead of just being completely in our headspace all the time, just negative thought after another. Thinking of shit that doesn't even exist. My emotions move through cycles and connect me to my truth. Connect me to my truth. What is your truth, and are you speaking it loudly? This truth will set you free, will help you embrace more of life, will speed up this process for you so it doesn't seem like such a hard work process for you. Some of you guys are going to actually connect with nature, and you're going to get that bright idea, and that's going to reignite this spark right here. And you're going to develop a passion for the things that you love, and through that, you're going to exude the powers of the divine, the ones that guide you here. But the truth needs to be told. You have to start speaking your full truth here. All right, Pile 2, I see blessings and abundance as soon as we can, some of us are going through a depression. We need to connect with that. We need to connect with our spirit team and with somebody else outside of it. Because you all up in your head space. Clear your mind. Meditating. Make sure you're getting clear, but make sure you're drinking a lot of water and getting raw foods in you. That'll clear your mind right on up. All right, Pile 2. That's you. Tap that screen, Pile 2. Pile 3, the rose quartz sphere. If you're here for Pile 3, please tap that screen. This is your new moon in Aries energy reading. I will be posting this later on my YouTube channel, so you can go get the playbacks. That's if TikTok will allow me to get the playback. We're starting with your tarot first. King of Swords. Seven of Swords. Five of Swords, lots of swords on the table. Clarity, focus, direction. The High Priestess. All right. So some of you guys have a lineage thing going on, some ancestral patterns. Some of them are good and some of them aren't so great. But yeah, it's the ancestors are coming through. They are coming through. So you have a good balance between divine masculine and divine feminine when it comes to the people that are guiding you. And they're always trying to talk to you. They're always trying to communicate with you. You're highly intuitive. You just need to trust that more and connect with that more. Some of you guys are right on the money with your intuition. Some of you guys are right on the money. A lot of you guys are highly intuitive, and a lot of you guys have that psychic ability. Some of you guys just have that all-knowing. But a lot of you guys are still looking in the past, though. And a lot of this past reflection is a part of your decision making, and we need to cut that out. Some of us are holding on to friends or situations or jobs because you think that's what identifies you, but it does not. It's holding you back from this destiny that you have. Some of you guys want to be the providers and just the one that everyone comes to. You want to spread some generosity. You want to be in that place, and you can be, as long as you keep connecting with that intuition and not letting people or situations bump you off track from what you know is true. You get a feeling. That gut feeling is real every motherfucking time, pile 3. It's real every fucking time. So keep with the connection here. If you haven't been connecting with your ancestors, there needs to be some altar or something going on here, because there's a deep connection and there's a lot of them trying to come through. But some of you guys haven't set up an altar space or anything. And that's okay. Some of you guys just need to set up a little space. Some of you guys need to divinate like I do here with some cards, some tarot. And then you can easily connect with this high priestess here. Because that all-knowing, it isn't just coming from your human body, pile 3. That's coming from them too, that deep connection with your roots. But again, there's some ancestral patterns that they're trying to warn you about. But you be hard-headed. Pile 3. You be hard-headed. Because you want this. You want to embody this. And that's all good. That's all good. But sometimes we have to stop and listen and connect with the ancestors and get some guidance from them, like directly. Because even though that intuition's fire, they know no. You think you know, but they know no. I act respectfully of others. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So we are giving what we want to get back. We are giving what we want to get back. And if people aren't respecting our space, we are cutting them off. Again, there's that past stuff. Some of us can communicate from a place of defensiveness. Some of us are communicating a little bit harshly with the people around us. Because, again, we know we just wish people would fucking listen to us half the time. But we have to be softer in the way that we communicate, pile 3. It can't just be a because I say so type situation. And we have to start taking other people's word in consideration and just not being the only one making decisions too. But again, that's that hard-headedness and not wanting to be told about yourself and not wanting to hear other people's fucking opinions. Again, that's okay, but to an extent, we don't want to burn bridges here. But we don't want to drag some bullshit across that bridge either. Last quarter moon in Cancer. Take a breather. Those emotions. I feel like somebody in this pile is going to get into a fight soon. Somebody's pissing us off. Whether it could be verbal or whatever. Someone's feeling disrespected in this pile. Or soon to be. But we can't let our emotions get ahead of us. We're going to stand firm in what we truly believe. But we're not going to let things get disrespectful, pile 3. Healing. Some of you guys are healers. But again, it's about that communication. You're not coming off that way, pile 3. You're not coming off as this healer. You really need to set up this altar and connect with your spirit guide so that you can stop being in denial about the way that you communicate with others. Because you are a healer. That's what you're meant to do. But you being hard-headed through your own healing process here. You're still looking in the past at some shit. You're blaming somebody for something. We can't keep blaming anymore. We're all adults now. So we're in control of this here. So wherever you're placing this blame or looking in the past and getting you all up in your feelings, about to get disrespectful, let's connect with our ancestors and see what they have to say about that, please. growth. Look at that. Look at us being an adult, being the bigger person. Doing something different for a change. Things are changing and time is changing. All I see is a deeper connection with our guides here. And that growth, it's going to take time. That 5 means you're about halfway there. So all that shit you just went through, you got to go through it again. You got one more of those. Home. So we are the ruler of our destiny. Some of us control our own home life, and that's why we're hard-headed and we don't want to listen to shit. It's because we are the master of our domain. Because we've built this foundation for ourselves. So we ain't trying to hear nothing from nobody. We ain't trying to hear shit about shit. But I'm telling you, they got something to say. Once you sit down at that altar or flip them cards, you're gonna see. And y'all know what I'm talking about with this intuition all throughout these cards. You know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. You know you're a healer, but you just don't know how to express that. Because someone's either got you feeling differently or what. I don't know what the fuck that is. But you know one thing, but you have something else making you feel the other. We have to stick with the knowing. You know this is your destiny. You know it. So what's got you thinking otherwise? My community is supported, loving, active in the world. My community. By yourself, by yourself, by yourself, by yourself, alone, 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 alone. Where's your community? Pile 3. You doing all this shit by yourself. Because you want to be able to say that, well, I did this all by myself. This is my shit. And that's okay. That's okay. But you need a community. You need to connect with this spirit team here. At least listen to them. At least what they have to say in consideration. And I connect with my ancestors. I'm not about that honor and obey stuff. I don't do that with my ancestors. I just sit and I connect and I talk and I listen. And I say thank you, thank you, thank you. So if that obey stuff is what's keeping you from connecting here, you feeling like you have to give something that you don't, like I don't put plates out or anything like that. I just say thank you every day. Every day I just say thank you. And they'll come back and tell me what the fuck I need to do. So some of y'all just need to sit and connect and say thank you, thank you, thank you. And they'll help you get right here where you need to be. There's healing energy. Everything you do is coming from a heart space, but we're lacking community, we're lacking connection. And it's because of the way that you communicate. You have to stop being in denial about the fact that you communicate shitty. Pile 3. You need to work on that. The communication is the key. Community is the key. Start letting people in. Start letting people help. Start taking in some considerations that are not your own, and you won't burn yourself out. You won't have this disconnect. This growth will happen a lot faster. But you just waiting. Things need to change. That's what that 5 means. This 4 means stability. You need to feel like you're enough. Sometimes you feel like you're not enough, or like there isn't enough. And you're always trying to put out fires or create this enoughness. When all you really need to do is sit your ass down and connect with these ancestors, and they'll tell you exactly what you need to do. So, these people in your life that got you thinking otherwise of what your future should be, we can't get disrespectful with them. We can't let anybody disrespect us, of course. But we got shit to do. We've got shit to do, Pile 3. Connect with these guys. Let them help you along this way with growth. Connect with this intuition and this psychic ability. Fuck this past stuff. This trauma or whatever it is, it needs to be healed, man. Let the healing begin so that we can be the healer that we know we were meant to be. Learn how to communicate and talk with your tribe better, Pile 3. Alright, Pile 3, that's you. Tap that screen. Connect with your community, please. Alright everyone, my name is Hoodrat Hippie. I'm a lunar witch as well as a traditional Mo Kimpo Kung Fu instructor. I host a retreat called Witches, Weed, Wine, and Whatnot. It is a 3-night moon magic event where we smoke some weed and punch some shit, and drink some wine and craft some shit. Follow me, go through all my links and everything like that. Follow me here, follow me on Witches, Weed, and Wine on Instagram, Hoodrat Hippie on YouTube. You'll probably see this plate black. I have hella pick a card readings over there. Until next time, you guys have a wonderful day, and always be mindful of your growth.
Watch them grow, perceive, devote. This is the seed, light the show. Watch them grow.